Hi everyone, this video is a Bonny challenge from Bonny and Clive. I will leave her video link in the description below. Now what she's done is she has set a little, just a fun challenge for people to show their scrap box, or crap box as we call it. And it could range with whatever you chuck in a box to use for craft. Mine is, my whole dungeon is a crap box. Like honestly, everywhere I look there's crap. But I do have certain boxes that I use for when I'm doing projects. So I've split them into separate, I don't know what you will call them, separate containers, which makes it easier for me to find things. But it's all technically one crap box, but it's just separated into 3 or 4 or 5 or many. So I will show you a few of them. So this is my large papers. Now I keep my large papers in a one of those doTERRA, it's a large box that I get all my doTERRA oils in. So in here are my large papers. Let me just turn this around so I can make sure I'm in frame. So these are all, not all of them, these are just the ones that I use, and once I use them then I grab more and I put more in here because the other ones are in other containers. So when I'm working on a project, I'll grab a handful of large papers and I'll pop them in here, and once these are used up then I will put more in, if that makes sense. So this isn't all of it, this is just some of it. So this is what I call my large papers, just bits of you know, like full page music sheets, painty papers that I grab a handful out of. These are actually jelly prints, these ones. So I use all of these in certain projects. Like I said, once they're used up then I will fill this box up again. So we've got that might be Japanese or something, I would say, something along those lines. I've got Chinese rice paper here. So all sorts of stuff in here that I use, bits of magazines, you know, bits of jelly prints, another, this is slash drop paper slash jelly print, if it's got gold leaf on it. So I will use this when I make tags or something, or sometimes I'll just grab a handful of prints and send as happy mails. Just tea-dyed, what do you call this stuff, deli paper, butcher's paper, that I put underneath my tea dyeing sometimes. If I don't dry it on the rack, I lay them on top of these, so then I get these stained as well. They're good for the backer tags, to journal on. Then I've also got bits of large cardboard that I use for journal covers. As you can see, I just cover my cardboard in scraps. This has got leftover, what do you call that stuff, texture paste on here as well, just to add a bit of texture. Here's another one that I've started just out of a Jaffa cake box. Then there's this one. This is a napkin. So that one is ready to put stuff in, and then we've got a little tiny, I don't know, cookbook slash whatever that I had an idea for that I haven't followed through with. So this is just a napkin on top of a, I think it was a snack box or something. So there's that, and then this big one. Let's see if I can get it out. It's jammed in the bottom of that. Alright, I don't think this one wants to come out. It's been in there a while. It covers the bottom of my box. Let me see if I can get my handy dandy tool here. There we go. So here's another one that I've just covered in bits of scraps out of my other scrap box, which I call my small piece scrap box. So this is my large full papers and journal covers that I will work on at some point. So there's that box. So let me move that one out of the road. And I will grab... Now, this is the one that I keep next to me. This has got tea bags in it. I use a lot of tea bags in some of my work. I do have massive, you know, the big 4-litre ice cream containers. I have 3 of those full of tea bags because my husband drinks a lot of tea. But these are just the ones that I have handy. This has got some stamping on it. Some little tea bag flowers that I was making. Yeah, so this is just my tea bag slash whatever that I have handy to use when I need to. And then as I use them up, I then fill them up again. So more stamping. Yeah. And here's my little painted tea bag, just freehand. She looks like I don't know, so she hides in here. It was a bit of a fail, but she's in there. No more stamping. This is a really yummy tea. I love this tea. Lemon myrtle. Just a little flower that I've drawn on there that I am going to paint at some stage. On just words, stamped on words that I've just stamped on some papers. Yeah, so that's all that's in this box. So it's handy for whenever I need a tea bag. So once it's full, they shouldn't be in there. So once this is emptied, or slowly, then I add more. So I'm not, you know, I haven't got hundreds of containers around me. So there's that. That's another crap box. Now, this one here is a tub that started... Oh, look, let me just show you this one. Right, here we go. Now, oh, these are what I done yesterday. I've just put them up here. Alright, now this is overflowing, as you can see. Now this is just full of little tiny bits that really should go in the bin, but I use them in things like this. So or to cover cardboards like this, so I use these up on here, on these things. And they eventually get turned into, let me move this out of the road. So all my little scraps eventually get turned into things like this. So they will get used, then I'll either paint them, gesso them, jelly print them, do whatever with them after I've done this. They end up like this, and then they get turned into something. So now they're just, as you know, recycled cardboard. This is an envelope, actually. It's a security envelope that I've covered front and back. It's just there. So yes, so that little box here, this one becomes collage. As you can see, I've just got bits of magazines, brown paper, some old stamping here that I've just stamped, jelly prints, bits of, oh, what do you call this stuff, pattern paper, bits of, yeah, so this is my small teeny weeny scrap box full of little tiny little bits, even little Ferrero Rocher things, old calendars, don't even know when that's from, I don't know. Anyway, so there and there. Oh, and I've got little bits of cardboard which really shouldn't be in this box, but they're in there just for now. So there's that. Oops, I missed a bit. So my little teeny weeny one, and this one here are my larger pieces. So once I've used some of these larger pieces and then they become teeny weeny, like teeny weenies, then they go in that box. So as you can see, I really need to use up a lot of stuff. I've got leftover gold leaf that I've used. This is a packing material that I get my doTERRA oils in. So I use that with some tissue paper. So these are my larger pieces. There's that leftover magazines that I was using yesterday. I haven't got much left, but I will use them up. Bits of failed pockets that I will use. Receipts, I think that's a gas receipt for our gas. What else have we got in here? More jelly prints, map pages. So yeah, these are just my bigger ones that will soon become small, and then they'll end up in my little box. So I need to empty my little box out first so I can make room for this stuff. So there's that. Right, now on to the next one. Now we also have, let me grab this, another box. This is only a small portion of them. I do have a bigger box around, but like I said, I separate them. Once I've used this, then I'll put more in. So this here contains cardboard. So those other cardboard scraps should really come in here. So these are just the ends off of you know, your snack boxes that I use. And there's the little flaps. Now the little flaps eventually get used up to, there's a little bit of a collage there, so I will collage a few more of these up, and they're good little tuck spots and things like that. So once I've collaged, I will probably paint with a little bit of gesso and put some what do you call that stuff, napkins over the top. It's like these here. These were parts of a snack box, probably, you know, one of these by the looks of it, that I've cut, and I've put a napkin. There's I think three different napkins on here that I've collaged into that. And plus you've got your little tiny these, you know, your flaps that are nice little embellishments. You can put other things on them. There's, excuse me guys. Okay, another napkin collaged onto a little flap. So they make nice embellishments. These will be tags. That's a napkin. So yeah, all of this stuff in here becomes these. And I do have, where's that other little one that I had just before? Here is my kookaburra one. So here's another little flap. I've actually collaged kookaburra on there with some fabric, and I've put some little, you know, the plastic pearl flatbacks on there, just to add a little bit of, I don't know, dimension. So, you know, you can do so much with just crap, basically. So there's that. These here come out of here, and I've put some of my jelly prints on them with some stamping. So I've just stuck my jelly prints on top of the cardboard, and I've just used some of my stamps on there. There's another one. So they make good journaling cards. These ones I will cover with either out of my big paper box over there. You know, either cover it with book papers, and I'll probably sew around the outside of these and add a bit of fabric on them, maybe, I don't know, see what happens when I get to them. But I've done that with those. So yeah, so this is just cardboard, and eventually they will get used. Some empty things that I've used up. Incense. What do we got here? We've got some tickets. I think that was when my husband was in hospital, inpatient. Looks like a toe tag, doesn't it? He didn't get quite that far. So yeah, just bits of packaging that I've picked up along the way. I might actually leave these two out because I want to collage on top of them ones, and that one. What else have I got? Bits of corrugated card. I think this was off a coffee cup actually. Yeah, I think this was a coffee cup at some stage. Noodle box. Now I've kept these to make a template because I figure they make a really nice little, I don't know, tuck spot, or I could modify it into an envelope. So I've kept those just as a template to play around with. I think these come out of my art junk journal that I made my windows in. So I've still got to use those. So they're in here. A bit of old cardboard that I've run through. I was practicing before I got my big shot. I actually wet some cardboard and I stuck it in between an embossing folder, and I put a whole heap of books on top of it just to see if it would work. So this was wet at one stage inside my embossing folder, and it turned out quite well. And then I ended up getting some vouchers for Spotlight, and I ended up buying a big shot. So, but this was before the big shot, so I think it turned out quite well actually. Bits of stuff I've received in the Happy Mail. I can't remember who sent me that. I'm sorry. Yeah, bits of fabric on card I've got in here. Journaling cards. These cards come out of, oh, there's a bit of embossing, look at that I've done on there, on a jelly print. These come out of a tea bag box. So these are the dividers that you get your tea bags. So you'll have a row of tea bags, a divider, a row of tea bags. Yeah. So like I said, my husband drinks a lot of tea, so I use up what I can from that. What have I got? Even bits of Colgate toothpaste. Look, I love the metallic on that. There's my big shot, look. I think that's what it come from. So that lives in here. So yeah guys, so that's what I've got in here. Look at that, a bit of a pizza box. I got a lot of tags. I do have a lot of tags in here. So this is my tag slash cardboard. Oh look, there's also from my art journal. I might actually, yeah, I remember that's in here. Alright. So, yeah, so this is another crap box, Bonnie. All my, look, tags. School, sport socks. What else have we got? Buttons, a smudge stick, or no, frankincense, incense, there we go. Some of these Twinings in fuse boxes. So eventually these will get covered and used. There's my big shot book right there, look at that. So there's that, and also these. These are, I've even got that. I don't know what to do with that, but I'll work that out, maybe. Now these are toilet rolls that I've had hoarded for about a year now. I need to do something with. I have been practicing running them through my big shot to see what patterns I can get. That's just got some Tim Holtz Distress ink. I think it was, which one was it? It was the oxide Broken China. I'm pretty sure it was Broken China that I've rubbed on there, as well as maybe some Cracked Pistachio or Lucky Clover. I don't know, it was one of them. I do like the oxides because they blend a lot easier than the actual inks. So I use a lot of the oxides in my art, and I use my inks for obviously journals and stuff. So yeah, so I'm just was experimenting with the different textures that I can get from my couple of folders that I've got. I don't have many, but I will get there. I'll get a couple together. Well, there's another flower there that I've got to do. That one didn't turn out that great. Another flower. That's, I think, was a clock. Some sort of clock or something or other that I've run through. So yeah. But anyway, so this is what this box contains. Just cardboard. Bits of cardboard. Ready for tags and other things. So that, guys, is about it. Like I said, I've got bigger containers, bigger boxes full of more of this stuff, but I've just got to use up what's in here before I drag it all out. So eventually, hopefully, before I'm 90, I'll get to use it all. So there you go. So there you go, Bonnie. I hope you've enjoyed looking through my crap boxes, because technically I do have more than one, a lot more than one. And just this one here, look at this, guys. This is not a box full of crap, but it's a box full of beautiful, beautiful goodness. Look at this. I love running my fingers through all my little gemstones. I have separated a few for easy get to, so I've tried to get blues and greens, so once I've used them up, I'll go through this lot and add more. But yes, I will be making hopefully a few more journals with some gemstones in it. Try and use them up. This is only a small pile. I have a bigger box somewhere. Yeah, all my crystals. Okay, guys, well, that's about it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the walk through my crap box and stuff. What I might do is I might give all these little bits of embellishments a miss. I'm sort of embellished out from yesterday, but I will share with you quickly. This come out of my crap box as well. This is the plasticky coating off one of the tags. I've done a Bonny. Thanks for the tip, Bonny. It works great, because normally I sand the gloss on the paper. On the cardboard. Let me have a look. Here's an old beer box. Look at this. That I've cut a circle out of, because I have been making, guys, woven baskets out of junk mail and magazines. I've got a couple upstairs actually that I'll bring down, and I might actually do a quick, this is just a basic one strand weave, this one here, and the bottom is just yeah, one of these I've cut out, because like I said, I've got that many magazines that I really need to use them up. So apart from doing this with them, I'm using them up this way. So like I said, this is just a one strand simple weave. I've got 4 of these I've got more over in my painting area that I've got a whole heap of newspaper in that I'm going to paint. So the newspaper is easier to paint than the glossy paper. So yeah, so I have been busy. So anyway, back to this digression. This here, I think my daughter's here. Typical to turn up when I'm videoing. This here is just the coating on here. So once again, thanks Bonnie for the tip. Normally I just get sandpaper and I sandpaper it so it's things are easy to stick to. But this here, look, you just pull it off, and hopefully when it comes off in one piece, I use these bits here to make little envelopes with. See, look, it just comes off in one piece, so you get two goodness for the price of one. So you get this that you can collage on and everything sticks to that because it's very textured. It's lovely. And then this stuff here I make little envelopes out of. So there's that one there. There's also, what did I do with that other one? That's around here. There's this one here that's out of off a Mother box, which is an energy drink here in Australia. So I've made a little envelope out of that. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Okay guys, I just put this back on. I've just my daughter and her partners just turned up and they bought me, look, I speak of the devil, a Mother energy drink. I was just explaining to them that I make little envelopes out of the Mother boxes. And look at this, they bought me a wax seal kit for Christmas, and she's just bought me some more waxes. Oh, thank you.
And you're getting a stand.
I'm getting a stand.
On the 23,
oh, see, I'm getting spoiled. I'm getting a stand.
And feather pen thing that you dip in ink and write on it.
Yeah. So I will show you guys all of that later. I've got a little drawer full of stuff over here, and I've got my other little thing somewhere down here. So I'll show you all these later on. Thank you.
I can't stay for long.
You gotta go?
I got Jeff out there.
Yep.
He's already resting. I'll give you a quick cut off.
Okay. Okay. See you. Okay. I'm back. Okay. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little walk through of what I do with all my crap. So once again, thanks for the little fun challenge, Bonnie. And that's it for now, guys. Until next time, give your loved ones a hug. They're precious, and I will be back soon. Bye for now.